Do you have an older vehicle like this Chevy C10? You want better sound, but you don't want to cut up the dash? You want to be able to connect your phone and play music, but you want to cut up the dash? Let me show you a solution. So I wanted to highlight a little bit something different that we have here for guys with old muscle cars, old vehicles like that were changing their radio. Is difficult, entails custom fabrication, permanent modifications to the vehicle to cut the dash. A lot of guys don't want to do that anymore. So I've come up with a different solution that allows us to get good quality audio in the car without having to modify anything and keep the car looking stock. So we have the Wet Sounds BT-VC V2. So this is generally designed for side-by-sides power sports vehicles, but in the right application can work really well in an older car. So here's the unit here. It's quite small, power ground remote, and it has a 3.5mm output. So when you break down, get rid of all the little brackets and trims and everything off of it, it's basically the same size as a cigarette lighter. And not a lot of people are using cigarette lighters anymore. They're using them more for charging, like USB plugins, that kind of stuff. We can always add in an additional USB charge port if the client wants to be able to charge their phone. But you can see this is the cigarette lighter insert out of a GM truck. Obviously a cigarette lighter. So these are basically the same size. But what we're gonna do is take this out of the car completely, remove this, remove the lighter. This gets inserted in the hole. What's cool about this, there's a few other volume controls, Bluetooth controllers on the market. This one's a little bit different. It's a multifunction switch, so it clicks and it goes back and forth. So you get, not only do you get volume control, you can see volume, it also does track up and down. It also does play pause. So you get full function control over your music with a very simple, it's a nice metal knurled knob. So you get play pause, volume, and then I believe you hold for track up and track down. So you get control over your music in the dash, and it looks completely stock. There's different undermount dash mounts, trim rings, and then this nut goes on to lock it into place, gasket screws, an additional 3.5mm cable, which we're not going to use. So now you're asking, well, how do we get the music out of a 3.5 into an aftermarket stereo? Don't worry, I've thought of that too. So we're going to use the JL-CLRL-C. So this is a 1-channel in, 2-channel out volume control. So we're going to use 3.5 to RCA, go into this, and then it's going to give us RCA output. The volume control you can use for, most often you're going to use this to control the subwoofer. So you'll have your outputs for your speakers, and then you'll have a volume controlled speaker output. It kind of shows, right? So you can see there it's signal in, signal out, and then you have a volume control, and it gives you up to unclipped output, 7.5 volt RCA output. So when we pair this, we plug it into there, now I get up to 7.5 volts of signal to go into the amplifiers. You're not going to get fade, but we can adjust fade with the gains to tone things up, tone things down. But this is a great solution for you guys that have older cars, don't want to change the radio, don't like the quality or the fit finish of these old style radios that are supposed to look factory but work like new. This is actually going to be a better quality solution, and it's going to look completely stock. The only thing you're losing is your cigarette lighter, but in the dash, how many people are even going to notice the difference when they walk by? I don't think very many. So I will show, we're working on a car this week with this solution, and I'll go into it in a bit more depth. This is just another solution that we've come up with to solve a problem that people don't think they have until they come to us and say, I want this, put a radio in my car. We don't want to cut the dash. We want it to look stock. We want it to look factory. It's an all original car. We now have a solution that we can make work. We like presenting solutions, not boxes, to our clients. So we will do some out of the box thinking with wet sounds, with some marine stuff in a car to give people a better option. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you later.